Hey, there we go.
Hi everyone!
What's up, people?
Welcome back to another live stream here on YouTube.
Doing what we do, eating biscuits and tea just before we start.
Don't speak with your mouth full.
So, while you're waiting for that percentage to count down and for us to actually start, we tend to just be finishing our biscuits and checking things out.
As always, guys, let us know how things are with the live stream. How do we look? Can you hear us? Is the music too loud?
Is this the first time streaming the new lighting setup?
I don't know.
I feel like it definitely we have two lights going on here now. We have a bit better of a lighting setup. It's still a bit of a DIY job.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it looks pretty damn good.
But the thing we need to fix next is the mic is a little bit far away, so hopefully you can still hear us okay. It's a little like echoey.
Yeah, what we need ideally is we need a little boom pole, and we need to use the mics on top of our camera to... Did something just go dim there? No? It was just me blocking this.
It was your soul.
Yeah, we need a little boom mic and or little boom stand and the mic to just be hovering down just about. It's kind of mad how close you could get that without people seeing it. Like we're here, up, a bit further. There we go. That's where we need the mic, not way back there. But anyway, we're getting there. But let us know. What do you think? Does it look better than it did before? I think it does.
Hi everyone. Hi Tom. Hi Matt. How is everyone today?
Hope you're all having a good Thursday. Also, apologies for me when I'm talking. Sometimes looking at this, other than instead of the actual lens, it's kind of
yeah, it's a habit,
so many things to look at that it's hard to look at the one thing in the background. I would say this looks pretty damn sharp, though.
So as always, guys, we're gonna do some photo editing.
We have got, like we said before, we have got a few other little ideas. We were kind of planning some stuff during the week that we're going to try and fit into the live stream to make it, what's the word? What's a way to describe it? Just more going on, literally. So instead of just sitting at it and pics the whole time.
Yeah, it's more entertaining.
Yeah, like we're going to try and add more cool stuff, just to get a bit more going on and do little segments of different things. Yeah, making it more entertaining hopefully for you guys is the idea. Have you guys been streaming to TikTok? If so, I got adjust my notification settings.
We have, although we haven't in the past like day or two.
Probably a week.
What?
We haven't. Have we streamed on TikTok since the last time we done a stream on here? We said we were going to...
Last time we done a stream on here was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, when was the last time we streamed on TikTok? We planned on doing it every day, and we were, and then we ended up having to do some other like admin-y stuff, and we were trying to work on our website and stuff, and didn't get streaming as much, but we will be. So I'm not sure, Tom. We may have once or twice. It would probably been around this time if we were. Can you hear the music in the background, by the way?
And more importantly, can you hear us over the music?
Yeah.
So, I'm probably going to have to leave in like half an hour to make dinner.
Well, it'll probably be a slightly shorter stream this time, so maybe we should just go straight into it. We've got, as we do, the questions are ready. If you would like to get a question in for us to maybe answer in the next stream, then the best bet is probably to DM us on Instagram. Alright, let's just hit it with question. There we go.
Good question. So, background is overexposed, subject is too dark. Okay. Is the picture already taken?
No, let's just say you're lining it up. Or yeah, maybe you have took it, or you're lining it up. Both. We can answer both. We done a video on this on our TikTok, but we'll answer it again because we thought it was a good question, and yeah, go for it.
So if the picture is already taken, if you're currently looking at your picture and your sky is too overexposed, your background, and your subject is too dark, the best things you can probably do now in editing is to try and bring back those highlights. So bring them back as much as you can. But sometimes there's not a lot you can do in that situation. So it's important that the next time when you are going out to take a picture, that you want to try and expose for that background. So expose for the sky, get your exposure correct on that first. And even though you might look at it and think, well, now my subject's too dark, or too dark. I had to think about that for a second. You're like, but now my subject's too dark, what am I supposed to do? But that's fine, it's okay. Because in editing, you can fix that a lot easier than you can fix an overblown out sky. Because you can bring the shadows up, and then that will help to lighten up your subject a little bit better.
There is kind of two ways you can do this. You can do it the way Christina said, where you want everything to be exposed properly, and the way to do that is to not blow out the sky. Whereas if you do want to have a really bright subject and you don't mind the sky being blown out, you can kind of go for that dreamy look, which is like the kind of...
It's like a glow.
Hazy glow behind you. The photo that we took of me on TikTok where I'm holding my hands out and the sun's kind of coming through my fingers, it's like a backlit photo. And instead of trying to bring that back, we just went with it and let the sky kind of be blown out. Your subject ends up being exposed a bit better, but you can't, the sky is just kind of a big white glow.
It's just a big white, like you're not gonna have like a defined sky. It's just gonna be like a bright.
But if it's a close-up portrait or something, it doesn't really matter, and it kind of gives you that dreamy look, and you don't need to worry about bringing highlights back as much. So it's kind of the two ways of going about it.
Yeah.
What you don't want to do is kind of get caught in the middle where you've overexposed just a little bit that you can't bring it back, and then you're kind of caught not being able to go for either. So yeah, have a bit of intention and know whether you want the sky to be blown out or you want it to be brought back and look normal.
There you go. Good question.
Hopefully that music's a bit better now, Tom. I've turned it up. It seems very loud here. It's quite loud, but then the mic is it's kind of behind the mic, so maybe that's why. But
why did you turn it up? I didn't even see you.
I turned it up a little bit when you were answering.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't even see you.
Very unaware.
I didn't even see you.
Very unaware of your surroundings. Yeah, so hopefully that helps that one. We just thought that was a good question. We got a lot of questions over on TikTok recently, and yeah, thought that was one of the better ones. I think I'll jump in, I'll edit something, Willa, and you can...
Yep. I didn't even see what photos you...
So I brought in a few. I brought in this one which we took in South Korea. It is a bit underexposed, but this is an example of I wanted to expose for the light in the background of that little store, which I actually probably will kind of blow out and get a glowy kind of look with it a bit. So I was going for the silhouette. I wanted to make sure that this guy right here was a silhouette, and he is.
How do you know it's a guy?
Just looks like the walk of a guy. Looks like a guy's outfit.
I mean, how on earth can you tell?
Looks like jeans and a pair of
girls can wear jeans.
Boots, but like
girls
thick
can wear jeans and boots.
Looks like the stance. Could be wrong, but it looked like the walk of a guy, so I assumed.
Literally, it's just a silhouette of a person with a backpack. There's no way to tell that that's a guy.
It's leaning towards being a guy, I would say. So we've got that one. I've also got this cool one of a pigeon, which we got in Singapore.
That's just a pigeon.
And then I've got this one. We've got a few other ones there that I think I skipped out in previous edits. And then we've got this one, which was actually took for a thumbnail photo, and then we ended up doing a few variations. I'll probably crop this to 4x5 and brighten that lens up a good bit. That is kind of an okayish photo that can look really cool when you edit it. So that's what we've got.
Alright.
Then let's crack on.
Start with this one.
Yeah. Alright, first of all,
crop!
Yeah, let's crop. I'll actually try and straighten it first. It looks a bit...
It does look a bit like this way.
See what the auto adjustments do.
Now, we don't really take a lot of night photos. Mainly because our camera doesn't do the best.
Doesn't particularly like it. Our camera doesn't do great with high
Not
ISOs.
great.
This one didn't because we have a bit of light, but with this type of stuff you're probably okay, but because of the way I'm going to edit it, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, I think I'll just go for the auto. 4x5 crop for Instagram, as always.
I'm just realising that that was the actual guest house we stayed in.
Yeah, so this was actually South Korea was cool. I did like it. And we stayed in a little guest house, which was really small but had a cool
It was
rooftop.
so cool.
It was cool.
It was honestly really, really cool, and I had like reservations about it because it was really cheap. It was relatively cheap compared to what other hotels and stuff were in South Korea, and I was like, oh no, what are we gonna get? Like, I was just afraid. But it turned out to be really, really cool. I would definitely stay there again and recommend people to stay there.
It was.
The people were so nice.
It was exactly what you kind of want when you're going to go for a little bit of a cheaper accommodation right in the busier part of the city, and there wasn't really any negatives to it. The room was small, but it was kind of cool to experience.
It was cute and adorable. It had a TV, a fridge.
It was kind of what you expect you're going to stay in when you go to a place like that, but you never really do. Like, no other countries really had like that.
It was just like this really cute cube. It was just like this little cube.
Yeah,
room.
it was cool.
And then it had like a shared kitchen and like rooftop area, so you could go and make coffee or food
that was
or
the
whatever.
best part of it.
That was a great
chilling
great
on the little rooftop. If you've seen our vlogs or watched any of them from traveling, the South Korea one, we started it on the roof and done a little sequence and stuff, and yeah, it was extremely cold, but it was cool little spot to go for a coffee in the morning.
Yeah, so we only went to Seoul in South Korea for about 4 days or something, maybe 4 nights, something like that. So it wasn't overly long, but it was a really good trip. It was so cold though.
It was.
We were not prepared for how cold it was going to be. Like, we had no idea. We came from, I think it was the Philippines, so like you're talking 30 degrees plus, and then we went to Korea and it was like 1 degree or like 4 degrees.
It was, yeah.
It was so cold, and we didn't have enough layers and enough clothes, just because you can't carry big things like that when you're traveling. So
true.
It was very, very cold. We struggled a lot to try and find the motivation to take pictures and go out and video stuff. But I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised at just what a nice kind of place it was. The people were so friendly. Like, they were really, really nice. It was just cool seeing like all the Korean like dancing on the street. People would just gather to watch people dance and all the K-pop stuff, and yeah, it was cool. I would definitely like to go back.
Just make sure we're not lagging there. I didn't follow up with it. Alright, so I've used the Oak Mood Extra Tones preset in this one just because what I am going to do is, in the original edit I did on this quite a while ago, I didn't get rid of these signs at each side, and then recently I was just messing around with it again, and I did, and I think it looks way better. So, because everything is so dark in this, whoa, wrong one. I'm going to draw over these first, and I'm literally just going to make them black so you can't see them.
Oh, is that what you did? I literally thought you cropped in.
I did crop in a good bit, but I'm going to get rid of them first. Get bigger. Because you can't see it, you normally wouldn't be able to just do this, but because everything else is just black around it, I can kind of just bring these highlights down and almost get rid of these two signs. I thought at the time they were kind of cool just because it added more light, but I think they're still too much in focus, which I'm not quite sure why, because it was quite a low aperture, but they are, so.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Now, yeah, you really normally wouldn't do this, but I am going to zoom in a bit more.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you did that. I thought you literally cropped them out,
No, I
but
just
you just made them
drew over them.
disappear.
I think it just draws more. I will zoom in a bit too, but I think it just draws more attention and just makes it more
Goodbye.
kind of more dramatic looking. Yeah, this is not the way you normally want to do this, but works for this. And then I am going to crop a bit in again, so you probably still would have seen them, but not as much.
And what is this light up
Yeah,
here?
not sure, but it has to go. It's too distracting,
Yeah, it is.
especially when everything else is. But yeah, if you have any questions, guys, as always, drop them in the chat and we will try to answer them. So here we've got our really dark like vignette around this whole photo, and I kind of like the road lights up a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of emphasize that so it kind of leads to this person walking.
This person, yeah. Could be male, could be female, could be neither. Who knows?
It's a pretty, I mean, it's a seriously dramatic shot. Right, so...
Did it rain heavy when we were there? I can't remember. Obviously it must have been raining as to why this person has an umbrella.
I don't think it actually rained too much. I think I may have drew over the window, but I'm not sure. I'll try this first. This is probably like a quicker way, but I do want to make sure he stays as a silhouette.
He?
Or she, then.
Did we eat much Korean food when we were there? Oh yeah, we did. We ate some from the street food stalls. Remember the pancake thing? It was
Oh
good.
yeah, that was nice. Right,
The pancake thing was good.
I'm actually going to draw all around this just so I can make it look more like the light's kind of beaming out of this store, whatever it is. This is where I really want to get that like dreamy kind of glow.
I mean it's a great photo. I kind of wish his legs were separated.
Yeah, well that was out of my control. I was
But
literally standing waiting there and it was freezing trying to like get somebody. I took photos of quite a few people, but this person with the umbrella just looked the best because the silhouette of the umbrella just always looks cool.
I literally hate this part.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be too neat with something like this because they're a silhouette, so I can just bring the blacks back down and it would make them black if I accidentally go over it. But
That is an interesting
yeah,
song.
it's an interesting playlist. Right, I'm actually got to do this whole bit of the ground as well to try and get as much glow as possible.
Yeah.
That's a terrible song.
It really is.
Apologies for Christina's choice of
No,
playlist.
I just pick the playlist. I'm not in charge of what's in the playlist. It's epidemic sound.
Alright, let's go with that. Highlights up. Whoa.
Oh my god, it's literally insane. Thank you. So what did you do there? Highlights up, clarity down, exposure up.
And I mean, I think that's probably
As far as you would go.
I think that's got that glowy kind of look to it. And that's pretty much all I would do to this one. I mean, it would have been cool if there. I mean, I like it the way it is. Maybe the black's a bit extreme for some people, but I do like that kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if I prefer it with or without the signs.
The only thing is the signs. So let's go before. This one is just. I don't know what was the end. Like, I'm in f3.5. That should have been way out of focus, but it wasn't. I think it was a bit further ahead of me. If I had been closer to this sign.
Yeah.
But then when you look at the after.
Look at that, it's cool.
That's exactly in my head what I seen when I was taking it. Was this.
Yes.
I think that's pretty cool.
And that's what preset's that? Oak Mood?
That is the Oak Mood preset. Doesn't I mean it just leaves a little bit of blues in it compared to the Oak Mood one. Yeah. By the way, a little plug, if you do like the presets that we use, they are on our website now. Everything's been updated.
Yay.
The presets have been a few little adjustments made to them to tidy everything up, and they are available on macandteens.com.
Yeehaw. Please turn that one over too, can you?
Terrible playlist.
It's actually just like Trent, like.
Yeah, trend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to change it to what though?
Don't really know. Put me on full screen, man. Just, I don't know, just stick on anything.
I'm gonna say move on. You can't just stick on anything because the problem is you just end up with that.
I've heard that before.
You think? Alright, hopefully you like that edit.
Oh my goodness, how is it that time already?
Time be passing.
That's crazy, we've been live for half an hour already.
Then I suppose when we get to it, if this is going to be a rather quick stream, so
Yeah, true.
we'll just pop
Let's jump
into question number 2. Once again, if you'd like to get your questions in, DM us over on Instagram, and if you don't already follow us while you're doing that, drop us a follow. Boom! Question 2.
Alright, I'm a beginner. How do I make my videos better?
Another question that we got over on TikTok. Yeah. How do you make your videos better if you're a beginner? Probably a couple of things that would drastically make a difference.
Yeah. The big one for me would be to cut out the shit. So get rid of all the like boring, long, drawn out stuff. I think that's a big problem people make when they're first doing videos, because it like you just feel like you have to include everything. So you record everything.
Yeah, like if you're talking about like a vlog or some sort of video, I don't know what it's for.
Even like just a sit down talking video, like
yeah.
You feel like you have to include everything, but you don't. Just cut to the main points. Like, don't be afraid to cut out stuff that is maybe not so relevant. If you waffle on a tangent, it might, just be very strict with what you include. That would be a big one for me. Do you have any more?
That is definitely a main point. Cut out the boring stuff that people. I think when you make a video, you think everything's kind of interesting because it's your own video. It really isn't. We make that mistake a lot of times too, and we're getting there. The second one would I think, besides settings, if we're cutting out like going into manual mode and stuff like that.
Yeah, because this is beginner, remember. Beginner.
I would say change up the angles is probably the next one. If it's something like a vlog or you're doing a tutorials, and YouTube videos aren't really like that if it's a sit down, but if you're doing something like a vlog and you want to make a vlog of your whole day or something, just have different angles. Like maybe get a little tripod and sit your camera if you're at the pool, sit it by the side of the pool and kind of like have the water, something in the distance maybe, and then maybe change it so it's sitting beside your ice cold drink or something, instead of just walking around like you have it on your forehead so everything you see the camera sees, because that's kind of boring. It just makes it a bit more interesting if you just sit the camera in different spots, maybe low, maybe high, just change up the angles, and the more angle changes you have, I think just generally the better, and the longer your audience will be kind of interested, I think.
Yeah. Another one for me, I would say, is don't underestimate the importance of good audio.
Alex Zero, what is up?
Hello. Audio is so important, and you forget sometimes how important it is. Your video could be the best thing in the world, or it could look so great, but if you can't hear properly what's going on or what you're saying, it's just, people can't watch. You simply cannot watch a video that you cannot hear right.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
Audio is a big one. Most little cameras, if you're going to buy them, have reasonable audio. Just don't be walking beside roads and stuff, because the audio won't be able to, it'll just pick up the road noise.
And like really bad wind, you know, like try and, as much as you can.
Buy the little wind muffler things that you can sit on top of your camera. You don't have to buy a mic, it's the better option, but if you can't afford a mic and you only have a little point and shoot camera, get the little wind mufflers for the top. It makes a massive difference. If you can afford a mic, you can get one for like $40 or so, £30. You could buy a pretty good mic. But yeah, cut out the crap stuff, change the angles, make sure your audio is as good as you can make it. Alex Zero says, how to never get creatively bankrupt.
Isn't that the question we all want to know?
Hope you're having a nice Thursday, by the way, Alex. Good question.
Good question, Alex. And something, Alex, that we are always, like everyone creative, is continuing to try and figure out. How do I do this without?
It's hard to. I actually seen a thing. Who was it? What do you call the guy that always be on Joe Rogan that we listen to, or I listen to? Jordan Peterson actually says creative people find it hard to make money, and it's something to do with the way their brains are, because they're constantly. I don't know if it's they're constantly coming up with new things and never spend long enough on the like business side of stuff, and they always want to create stuff that, I don't know if that was the reason. They're more creative than business minded, maybe is what he was talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, the making an actual full-time income out of something, like we're still in the middle of that. We're still trying to figure out where our best areas are and stuff, and it's tricky because sometimes you want to do something that maybe won't make you as much like of a full-time income as something else that you maybe don't like as much. So
yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, you just kind of need to figure out a way that you can do what it is you like, and maybe tweak that a little bit, or do something on the side that makes all that work. Yeah, it's tricky, but the best way is probably to get good, whatever it is you like, get really good at it, and there will tend to be a way at the end of that, or during it, that you'll be able to make an income from it.
But then it's also then hard that whenever you do start to make an income, it's hard to like, because you're still trying to invest in what you're doing, and you know, better camera gear, better this, better that, but you also have to invest in a way that's gonna continue to try and make you an income. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Well, you have to always be up in your gear and stuff, if that's what you're talking about.
But like YouTube could go away tomorrow, and then
that's true.
What happens then? You need to try and think, okay, now what can I do now with this income that I have that can maybe give me a safety net or a safeguard that can keep something
There's different ways. Yeah, if you're a creator, you're probably creating stuff. You can create that for people, or you can maybe sell stuff that you create. That's two examples. And then there's other ways that you can like do stuff too. It depends if you're on social media or anything like that. But it's complicated. But if you spend enough time, you'll figure something out that works better.
Yeah.
But it is a bit of a process. All right, let's get back into Lightroom and light that another one. Let's do the pigeon.
Oh, the pigeon.
Yeah, the pigeon. This was in
Singapore.
Singapore. I think I'll brighten up first and then I'll go for the crop. Actually, yeah, I'll crop it now. Crop, this is normally the same process. If you guys have joined us on here before for these, normally make a couple of little basic adjustments, maybe a crop, and then put the preset on, whatever one I like, and then make extra little adjustments to make the picture look as good as possible. Kind of the workflow that I go for. I love this picture. That is sharp.
Like there's a lot of people out there who have like an irrational fear of pigeons.
They're a strange animal. Well, I don't really have a fear. I have a fear of other birds before pigeons because they tend to be pretty chilled out.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on. Highlights.
Them leaves be too green for me.
Yeah, I like the leaves. I think they kind of make it though coming in. Just
oh yeah, it's nice framing. They're just too green.
a nice bit of what looks like bird shit on the ground. I don't know if I kept that in. This was originally just for, was it for a TikTok? I don't know if we posted this.
Yes, it was, yeah. Whoa, what the hell? I think, what did we go, which one did we go with this one?
I'm not
Vintage?
sure, but that's kind of cool too.
Or it was maybe like...
No, I don't think we went vintage, but vintage is cool too. I mean, we made them, they're all cool, but it's just what one you prefer for the photo.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it was icy or something.
Yeah, it could have been.
Because I feel like the result was more...
I did keep the bird kind of blue though, but yeah.
Silvery blue.
Yeah, I think it was more like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now that preset is not in the preset pack, but future.
Volume 2, everyone. Volume 2.
No more on that. But yeah, if you have any more questions, guys, drop them in, and we can try and answer them while we edit this photo.
Yes, drop them in. I actually am going to have to leave very soon to make some dinner, because I have to go to the gym. Oh, sorry. Soon.
Alright.
Does it annoy you that the entire bird isn't in the frame?
No. It does not. Because he's in the centre and just they're kind of meeting like past something, but it kind of...
Yeah.
If anything, yeah, I mean you kind of either want it all in or you want a crop, probably a bit, maybe even a bit more, but I don't mind it. Gonna do a little bit of just a slight gradient just to darken the leaves a little bit, kind of add a bit of a vignette. I do a little bit at the top. One thing with vignettes though is I never normally want to do them if it's like that's where the light would have been shining in, because sometimes it can clearly look like you've put a vignette over where the sun's shining. You're not gonna put a vignette over the top of where the direct light's coming from most of the time. You can kind of get away with it in this one because the light could have been coming from, it's coming from all angles. It was the middle of the day, but I think the main things with this one are kind of more the adjustments to the bird.
You definitely brighten that eye.
I'll do the eye.
And make it a bit sharper. Little iris enhancer.
Oh yeah. That was a crazy eye. Alright, I'm going to draw around the bird and then I can choose kind of what colours and stuff. Again, if this was the actual photo I was going to post, this would probably be neater, but not to worry. It's not bad.
No, it's actually not. That's better than my best work.
And the dumb little thing that you have to do, because I can't remember how to zoom out while I'm colouring in. We really need to find a new playlist.
It's like the same one every time.
I think we've used this playlist in every live stream so far. By the way, for that last question that we were answering about making better videos, we literally made a video on 5 tips for making better videos. There's definitely some, I think there's some basic tips in there, and then there's kind of some, like they're a bit more advanced, but if you're interested in making better videos, then that's definitely one that will help. It was posted like a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
I don't think it was our last video, but was that just me in that one?
That was just you, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're interested, you can check that one out on the tips in there. 5 tips that make better videos. It is what it says.
On the tin.
Yep. Alright. Let's see what we can do to this bird. Right in a little bit.
Ooh, a little bit of texture.
Normally, yeah, it's just because it's a bird and you want to kind of see all the...
Especially like all this detail, like with the feathers on his neck, like you kind of want to make that stand out.
I mean, that's not bad. Might attempt to get rid of this while I'm at it. There.
Yes, I'm gonna come in, yeah. Yeah, throw it on there and I'll come in and make dinner.
Alright, so got rid of the bird shit on the ground, which was annoying. And I think I might add a little bit of vignette, possibly a little bit more, but I think that's pretty much it. Oh, forgot the sharpening. Once again, if you're looking to sharpen to see what part's in focus and just sharpen it, just go to the sharpening and hold the Alt key. I believe that might be Control on Mac, and just drag, and you can see that then it's just a bird. It doesn't try to focus or doesn't try to sharpen the blurry bits, because that's kind of pointless. A little bit more vignette, and that is that.
Okay, let's see the before.
Before, after,
Yeah.
before and after, side by side. I think that looks pretty damn good. I mean, you could kind of go a load of different ways with this. You could change the colours on the bird and everything.
Yeah,
and
you could make them like stand out so much.
You could do a lot of different stuff, but that's kind of the style that I like for that one. I need to run to the toilet one sec, and then I shall be back. Switch back to the screen.
I will, if I could just get seated here. Okay. Alright. There we have it. Good edits, Chris. Well done. Any other questions, guys, before we... Well, I don't know if Chris is going to stay on longer, but I'm going to have to make some food, and I do have to leave to go to the gym at 7 p.m, so gotta eat first. How is everyone's Thursday going? It's been going quite not so bad. Feels good to get a live stream done. We do have severe problems though with our like routine and like just schedule in general. Yeah, going to bed so late and then not getting up as early as you want to, and then it kind of throws your whole day off whack, and something we're trying to work on. But Chris just plays too much PlayStation in the night times.
Well, I mean, realistically, I only get a couple of hours of PlayStation in max, which is not great. I just end up, we do that much stuff during the day that I have to play some in the evening, and if we don't finish early, then it's an extra 2 hours after that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's right.
Needs some chill time in there. We've been live for 47 minutes. Does it feel like 47? How did the first half an hour go super quick?
It did, didn't it?
And then the last like 20 minutes have not.
I mean, ideally, yeah, if we could stay on a little bit longer, that would have been
Yeah, I mean,
good. Like an hour is kind of a good time.
we will, like we said, we will be adding in some more stuff into this. So we have the questions and edit, and we'll have a few other things, and the base of the live stream might change a little bit. It depends. We'll always probably edit photos in it somewhere, but the actual, we might have a main, something else might be the main theme of a live stream, and we might change a little bit. But what we would like to do is add a segment in possibly where we edit some of your guys' photos. So if you're here right now, or if you're watching after, we probably DM us on Instagram if you want. If you would like us to edit your pictures on here, DM us on Instagram. We're still trying to figure out the best way for people to send in the photos. It'll probably,
we need RAWs though.
yeah, we do need RAWs. It'll probably be via, what's that transfer?
WeTransfer.
WeTransfer, probably just
Email
to
or
our email. Just because the RAW files tend to be too big, and that just makes things a little bit easier. So if you would like us to edit your photo, DM us on Instagram, and we will let you know how you can send it over to us. And when we get enough, we will add that segment into the live streams, and you guys will get to see us. We can give opinions, give you some feedback on your photo, and then edit it for you, or edit it for the stream.
Cool. Okay, well, are you gonna stay on live? No.
I do not know.
No.
I mean, we did just record a TikTok for this, and I do need to edit it and put it up, so probably will finish up now. This has been a shorter one than usual, but we are also a little bit earlier, so for US people on the west side, this might not be the greatest. It's probably still a little bit early.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just had to go a little bit early today because Christina has to leave.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
But we're getting there. The live stream's looking better. We just need to figure out the audio. But I'm quite happy with it. So shall we call it quits?
Yeah, I have to go get dressed.
Alright. Cheers for joining us, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed those few little edits. Hopefully you maybe learned something.
Yeah.
Make sure to join us again. The next one, turn on those notifications so that you get the notification when we're actually going to go live. It should probably tell you like an hour before we go live when we set it, so you will know. And we'll have a new video coming in the next number of days.
Few days or so.
We've got a few. We've got a lot of ideas. We've got one that's kind of half done. We're waiting on the weather to agree with us until we can go and finish that. But it's a cool one. It's an action cam, so for any of you interested in it, stay tuned for that one.
Yeah.
And we will be back on here again probably at some point next week.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us in today's live stream and editing photos with us. And yeah, Chris pretty much summed everything up there in one mouthful.
I tried to without
so
prolonging it.
There's not much more for me to say except for turn on the bloody notifications. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Subscribe if you're new. As we always say, guys, take it easy.
Don't be a stranger. Bye, guys.
See ya.
See ya.